Hey folks, it's 1881MF here on the Life Buzzing channel. Here's another part of our Johnson 9.9 outboard motor series. Today we are going to change the water pump. So this little impeller piece right here messes up, wears out pretty easy, pretty fast. They say change it every couple years, maybe every couple hundred hours, whatever. 12-15 bucks. Got the whole kit for I want to say less than $50. So 3/8. This is a water pump rebuild kit, maybe, or water pump kit. So we're going to take our 3/8 and we are going to remove this, and this on both sides. Now I wouldn't take them all the way off, just get them all down to where you have this opening about that far, because you're going to have to get in there that gear linkage and we're going to have to disconnect that. So this whole thing, you don't want the pressure and the weight of this to be put all in that linkage. So we'll have to get in there with the straight slot screwdriver and take that out. So for now I'm going to use my faithful open face wrench and loosen all 6. Well, I loosened up all 6 of these, 3 on each side, to where it was just barely holding in right here, so I can spread this thing apart. And yours may come apart easier than mine, I don't know, but I put a screwdriver in there. Basically is what I did, was I put a screwdriver in here like this and I pried it apart. So now we got to get rid of the steering linkage on this thing. So if you look down here,
the steering what?
Linkage.
Okay.
See this screw right here? Get down in there, babe. That Phillips head screw right there. I'm sorry, straight slot screw.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So
yeah, straight slot.
now that's what I'm going to take out of there. So unscrew that. I'm kind of holding this foot up because I don't want to bend it. Okay. Pull that screw out. Now, this whole thing, remember there's your big rod in here. So it's going to come out quite a ways. Oh yeah, I finished taking off these. So I'm going to take these off. Which, like I said, I just barely put the 2 top ones in there, just a couple threads in to hold it, because I didn't want all that pressure on that linkage. There's one. Okay. My fingers just don't get in there very good. Now just pull this straight out.
Oh wow.
There you go. So look at that. That's the water pump we're getting ready to take care of. Stay tuned. Okay, pay attention here. If you see on the end of the shaft, there is a rubber gasket on here. That's actually one of the items in the kit, I thought. Right there. So that's one of the items in the replacement kit. So we're going to pull that off there. And now on here, we're going to use, I think that's 7/16, right?
7/16.
And we're going to take off these 4 bolts. Okay, these are they give you new screws, bolts, screws. What are those called? They give you new of those. So now this thing slides right up off of here, just like this. I don't know that all that was supposed to come out. That's probably not good. I don't think that was supposed to happen. But notice this key right here on here. See this little key? Whoops, right there, just fell out.
Oh no.
There's also a replacement here for that, right here. So that's where that's gonna go. Anyways, see if I can pull this out. There we go. This rubber piece we're gonna pull off of here. That's old. And there's the old water pump. Nasty. See this? That's supposed to be all the way down in there flush. Here's the O-ring on here.
Move slow.
So anyways, and then on the other side, all that. This is the impeller that's supposed to go inside that, and as you can see, this sucker is trashed. Oh, I hope I can get it off there. This is a new impeller. So, anyways, I'm gonna try to take that apart. Stay tuned. Okay, so this is the new pump, this is the old pump, and there's this, as you can see, which this one's really bad, there's this rubber, whatever you want to call it, fitting that goes in there.
Failure.
And the kit that you have comes with 3 of them, as you can see, 2, 3, and 4 on here. Now if you come down here and read on this, this says right here, 15-inch 9.9 through 1992. Well, this is, so if that's the case, you're going to use grommet number 2, which is this grommet. I have a 1977 here, so that's the grommet I'm going to use, and I'm going to stick that guy in here and pop it into place. You can see it's got these little tipples on them, and they're going to go in that hole and in that hole. So squeeze this in there and pop her into place. See, it's getting ready to line up in there. Anyways, you're making me nervous, Debbie.
I have to be here.
See, it popped into place. So now that's in there. So these are just extras. We're not going to use those. So yes, you'll have leftover parts. So more to come. Okay, so we've got the old water pump off, which was definitely crap. So I'm glad we're doing it. Now it's time to put the new one on. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, you remember, look at, here's the old impeller. Look at the old impeller compared to the new one. Yucky yuck. Anyways, back up here. So, now we're going to put it together, this one together, so it looks like this, okay? So the first thing we need to do is take this rubber gasket. As you can see, this one's on here, right here. And we're going to put that guy on. And then this piece.
It fits nice.
See this piece? There's an open side and a closed side. Here's this piece on here, which was up earlier, so closed side down is where this goes. So this guy, kind of line it up and then gently tap it in. Probably have to get out this rubber mat.
Nice shoes.
Okay, so that's in there. Okay, and then this is the plate that we took off of the motor. This is the old plate that we took off the motor. Notice how it's oriented when you take it off. Okay, which way's up and down. In our case with the new one, that model number right there is going to be down. Alright, let's load it. Come on, let's make stuff. So this one's going to go in there first. Like that. And then if you notice, this little pin right here
Is that number 8?
is supposed to go right here in this little notch right here.
Okay, hold on.
See that little notch? And then so when you slide the water pump down, it fits into, you can't see it now, little notch on there. Anyways, so the way they expect you to do this is you take this grease that they gave you. Get a little bit of that grease out of there. There it is. And I'm going to put it right here, like so. Then I'm going to take number 8, see if I can do this gracefully. And I'm going to just stick it right there like that. inside here now, we're going to build this canister up. If you notice the way this is, it's got a
slow
little,
now.
it's got a little opening right there. It only goes in here once. You can see the little missing spot right there. So that goes in there like that. See that? Now you're going to want to take a little bit of this grease, just a little thin layer, and rub it all the way around in here. This is to save your impeller on your first start when there's no water in there yet. You know it's rubber, you'll burn that rubber up. So that's just a little added love. And then we're going to put the impeller in there. So I got that impeller in there, and if you can see the little notch of this very center ring right there, there's a little notch. You want to twist that until it points to 12 o'clock, right up to the center. Because we're going to slide it down on this post and line it up with number 8 that we slid down in that little hole. So
number 8.
Here we go. Like that. I'm going to slide that down and hope that key lines up. There. Now I'm going to take our screws, put our screws back together like so, and then I'm going to take up here, I'm going to take this rubber gasket, put this new rubber gasket back on. I'm going to tighten this down, and then we're going to be ready to reassemble. So stay tuned. Okay, so we got the new water pump, and if you look right here, that's that rubber thing we put in there. And this is where the linkage was connected.
Linkage.
Okay, so now look up here. That little rubber thing connects around that copper pipe right there, which is where the water goes. And then this little piece here is the linkage that goes into that other hole. So we're going to put it together the same way we took it apart. Don't force it. And then we're going to line this linkage up again. Okay, so we kind of did some jimmying here, and we kind of did some messing around here, and we finally got it in there, but I do got to pull it out now because we got to put that screw in there that we took out. Here, which goes back in there. I'm going to pull it out too far. So, let me get these needle nose. Where are you looking? You right here?
I'm looking where you are.
Should be nice if I get that in there. So I'm pulling everything apart. There we go. I'm just going to get that stuck in there a little bit like so. And then I'm going to screw this in there. It's going to tighten that linkage up. Okay. And then I'm going to finish putting that on like so, and we're going to put the screws in. So as you can see, folks, this one was a little bit more difficult to do than the fuel pump and stuff, but we got through it. We figured it out. We probably just saved, I don't know, a couple $100 at least. So anyways, 1977 Johnson 9.9. That's a water pump. I'll start it up here in a bit in the morning. It's pretty late. So today we've done the water pump, the fuel pump, the water pump, the fuel pump, and we changed the gear oil down here in the bottom. So that's all one day's work. That's probably $500 worth of work. So we're gonna paint this sucker. It's supposed to be green because it's a 1977. So we're gonna repaint this whole thing. Stick around. 1881 MF and Little Debbie does on the camera. Live Pleasant style.
So here's the motor hung back on the boat. We've got the water hooked up for it. Oh, there it goes. It's all ready to go, hooked up to the battery and got some gas going. I'm going to test out Mr. 1881 MF's handiwork.
All right, folks. So we got the motor back on and all the stuff hooked up and the water running. So we're going to do the test. Let me take this cover off. I'm going to do the test. See how our work's working out. All right, so I've got this. You know, an outboard motor sucks water in through these holes right here. For those of you that don't know, sucks it in there, runs it up that pump that we replaced, comes into here into a jacket around the motor and cools the motor. So you always have to have water on it when you're running it. So this thing you hook to the hose. Here we go.
Is it going to splatter everywhere?
No. I'm gonna do that. Pump it.